So they're trying to bully Newcastle, say, yo, if you don't give us Isak, yeah, we're going to go for man like Hugo Ekitike, man. That's nasty, you know. They're actually nasty football club, you know. You know, that is bullying.
So, Newcastle fans, how did that one go for you? The Ekitike move, did it go well? You know, the way you were telling us all yesterday, they were both going to be lining up at St. James's Park. Isak and Ekitike. Didn't last too long, that dream, did it? We did try to warn that if Liverpool didn't get Isak, of course, we knew Liverpool were going to turn their attention to Isak. Some Newcastle fans thought it was a bluff. Well, the deal's moving closer now, and Newcastle, well, they're looking towards Visa from Brentford. So, ladies and gentlemen, over the course of this video, I'm going to do my best to fill you in on how we're moving along, how we may revisit Newcastle yet again, just to remind them who the bigger fish in the pond is.
Liverpool 4D chess move has all the rivals rattled as Hugo Ekitike is headed to Anfield, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, they're all rattled. You know why. We're the biggest club in England. Everyone hates us. 20-time Premier League champions, 6-time Champions League winners. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to explain it because we got a very good player that I personally wanted at Liverpool Football Club. So this is not me making stuff up on the fly. I've literally wanted him. There are literal clips from 2 months ago where I said I want Hugo Ekitike, and I stick by that. I haven't changed my mind. Exactly what I told you guys is happening, which is if we don't get Isak, our backup target is Ekitike. This was for all the meltdown time when people were melting down about Sesko, who I do not want. And thank God we did not get Sesko, to be honest with you.
It's going to be an incredible piece of business for us either way. Either we go for the ready, proven, but record, major money for Alexander Isak, or like I said, we have our plan B. It's so clear to see that Hugo Ekitike is a player that we've been interested in for a long while now. We've been interested in him for a long while, and now, we're getting all the details on it. But my guess is that we're trying to use this as a kind of power move to say to Newcastle that if they don't let us advance on the Isak deal, that we'll move forward on Hugo Ekitike, that will move forward on their primary target. You know what I mean? And so I think the decision Newcastle will have to make, and this is why I still think the us getting Isak is possible.
5 different articles have made it clear that Hugo Ekitike has told Eintracht Frankfurt that Liverpool is the team he wants. And I get it. People will be looking at this, then there will be some with a slight sense of disappointment. It looks like it's not going to be Isaac, and I get it. I totally get that. I think part of it, and I'm going to use a phrase which people won't like and will bring a bit of PTSD in here, Hugo Ekitike is a project player. It's okay to say that. That's not being derogatory, but in terms of where he's come from, where his standing is currently and what he could be, he is the definition of a project player. Yes, he has lots of qualities, which we'll touch upon, but it's okay to use that phrase. What you, or anyone who's feeling the same has got to do a little bit right now is just pack up our Darwin Núñez PTSD and put it in a box. Because that was always thinking like, not another Darwin, not another project player.
Is this good news? Because you wanted Isak. You tried to show the hand and say, listen, we've got this bread here. 120 if you want. But if you don't want that, we're going to get Ekitike. Do you like that signing of Ekitike?
It's like going into a dealership and there's a Urus there and there's a Porsche truck as well. we wanted the Urus, but we're driving home with the Porsche truck. So, I mean, it's still a great signing. If we weren't interested in Isak, we would look at this and be like, that's a needle-moving signing. From what we've seen, the stats are good. The eye test matches up. He's actually got a very similar style to Isak. He's quite tall and wiry, quite strong, quick. He actually reminds me a little bit of Gakpo in the way that he can start off on the left and cut in and shoot. We saw his goal against Tottenham. And apart from that goal, he actually didn't do much else against Tottenham. So I will say that. But yeah, I'm really happy. Obviously, we've got to reach a fee. But it's nice to know that he definitely wants Liverpool. He wasn't interested in Newcastle, even though they've been interested in him for probably 3 years now,
they've
3.5 years.
They've been trying to get him.
So we've got our man. Obviously, we did play the power move and try and go big for Isak, and it hasn't worked. So, that's fine. I always thought Isak was going to stay at Newcastle anyway. So, for me personally, I'm happy.
Liverpool are big dogs, yeah? In life, there's a hierarchy, there's a food chain. You have to know your role within that hierarchy. You have to know your role within that food chain. Newcastle United, I'm talking to you. Because what Liverpool have done in the last 24 hours, when in secondary school, when you had the fresh haircut and you get your head slapped, yeah? Slap heads, yeah? Happy slaps. That's what Liverpool have done to Newcastle. This is a happy slap moment. Or moments, should I say. Because in the last 24 hours, we've gone from Newcastle making an audacious swoop for Ekitike to pair him with Isak, either in a 2 up top or 1 on the wing or whatever, and just come in and bolster their squad, to Liverpool basically approaching Newcastle for Isak, telling Newcastle, yo, listen, we want Isak. We're going to try and get Isak. If you don't sell us Isak, we're going to go for your target, your number 1 target right now, Ekitike, because we like him too.
It's getting scary hours. I've been saying on here, bro, and for the rest of the league. It's not even scary for me in terms of I'm anywhere competing near Liverpool. We're not. We're miles away. But in terms of for the league, if you would have got Isak, I just said I would have just been done with it. But even in general, what I'm saying about Liverpool is to see how, to see their intent when they're just relentless. Really, the Florian Wirtz thing should be right, that's our marquee. Now we just sprinkle.
That's what you thought, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm okay, these men have broke the British track. Jesus,
well,
Florian Wirtz.
But we've never seen this before, ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I can't say I'm used to it.
And you were willing to drop another 120 plus.
Yeah, we showed the money. We showed the money for Lavia. We showed the money for Caicedo, but we didn't spend it. And now we're showing the money and we're spending the money. Because we've got loads of money.
We've got loads of money.
We've got loads of cash.
Breaking news coming out from Fabrizio Romano that Liverpool have now agreed personal terms of Ekitike. A bid has been rejected and Newcastle have completely pulled out of negotiations with Ekitike, and they have now approached Brentford for the signing of Wisa. That is a little bit of a downgrade from me from Newcastle's perspective, going from Ekitike to Wisa. But Liverpool are just one of the smartest football clubs around. They only go in for a player if it is a 100% upgrade on the first team normally. And that is going to be a statement signing. They may not get Alexander Isak. They still want him. But Ekitike will be their new number 9. Darwin Núñez is heavily linked to a move away to Napoli. Luis Diaz is apparently going to hand in a transfer request to force his hand and force his move to Bayern Munich, meaning Liverpool would need a new left winger. Buying Ekitike also has a plus side. You'd save yourself about 50-60 million pounds that you can put towards a Rodrigo signing. 4D chess we are witnessing with our very own eyes.
I think from Liverpool's point of view, we want Isak. We want to spend a British transfer record. We want you to sell him. That's basically what they're saying to Newcastle. And Newcastle have said, we don't want to sell him, but we want Ekitike as well. Liverpool have therefore gone, okay, we're not getting Isak, are we? Let's go Ekitike. Let's stop messing around. We've got other things to do. We want to go and get Rodrigo. And Liverpool have reacted amazingly quickly. It was only 24 hours ago that Newcastle were advancing. And a lot of people felt that, I'm sure there was a journalist yesterday who said there's only Newcastle on Ekitike's mind. And yet here we are now. He's going to be a Liverpool player within 24 hours. And that's just, it puts other clubs to shame. Let me be blunt. It puts Manchester United to shame. 7 weeks working on an Mbermo deal. And some clubs like Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal can get deals done in hours because they know what they're doing.
The maddest thing is, Liverpool had an interest here. Don't get me wrong here. But this has further been ramped up now by the fact that they can't get Isak, bro. They can't get him. So they're trying to bully Newcastle and say, yo, if you don't give us Isak, we're going to go for man like Hugo Ekitike, man. That's nasty, you know. They're actually nasty football club, you know. That is bullying. Like, you know what? Like, you lot here have written to Tottenham here for messing around here. Newcastle should write to the Premier League and be like, yo, bullying. You know what I'm saying? Bullying.